Happy New Year's, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is going to be part of a two-part series, this being part one. We're going to be making some apple cider vinegar, but in today's video, we're just going to be going from our homemade, cold-pressed apple cider into some hard cider. It being New Year's, this would have been a perfect drink to have. And then in the follow-up video, we're going to go from our hard cider into apple cider vinegar. Stay tuned. So this is my first time making apple cider vinegar. You need some apple cider. The process is quite simple. I just use a peeler and a core, and from there, then I put it into a garbage disposal, and then from there I put it into my cold press, pressing out the juices. I did do a video about that. I put that link here. Otherwise, I'll show you that process right now. Alright, so we have our apple cider here. The first thing we want to do is we're going to want to leave some airspace here for when it's turning the sugars into alcohol. It's going to do a little bit of foaming. So I need to get rid of some of this. Easiest way is get rid of it. Alright, we got some room for expansion here. Then you're going to want to use some sort of airlock lids. Got these little rubber ones. These are kind of expensive, but it's like a silicone. They should last a really long time. So your apples are naturally going to have some yeast in it. Some people are really impatient and don't want to wait, so they will add some yeast to this to speed up the process. I'm a simple man. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put my airlock on top here. So I don't have any dark jars. They do recommend putting these in a dark jar. I don't have anything like that, so I'm just going to use some newspaper, cover the majority of it up. And I'll just put this side to the back. So then I'm going to put my airlock lid on top. I'm going to put a ring on it. Then I'm just going to set this somewhere dark, so I'm going to keep it in my basement. And it'll probably take up to a month for this process to take place. I read some people are saying a week, 2 weeks, but I didn't add any yeast or anything like that, so I anticipate it's going to take a little bit longer for me. So we'll do that now. Alright, so this one's been sitting for about a month or so. Take this off so you can see it. You can see how much lighter in color it is. We do have a lot of debris at the bottom, which is just pretty much apple pieces and leftover yeast and stuff like that. So I can't find my cheesecloth or anything, so I gotta go a little redneck today. But it'll work just fine. I've got a paint strainer for like a 5-gallon pail. I never use it for paint or anything. This is brand new. So this will work just fine. Just going to put this over the top. Then I'm just going to pour it into this bowl, which will make it a lot easier for me. There. Now all the solids are stuck in here. I need to grab a clean mason jar. Be right back. Alright, we got a clean mason jar. Now we can just pour this in. So if your goal is just to turn apple cider into hard cider, you could stop right here. You got yourself a full jar of alcoholic cider. Tastes really darn good. But if you want to go from this hard cider into apple cider vinegar, the next step would be to allow the alcohol to turn into acetic acid or vinegar. In order to speed up that process, they recommend to add some of the mother. If you ever buy apple cider vinegar from the store, you'd be looking for raw, unfiltered, and then with the mother. This particular brand has honey mixed in, which is totally fine. So you can add in like a teaspoon of this into each jar. That would speed up the process because this next process does take like 4 to 6 months. So it is quite lengthy. Like I said, I'm a simple guy. I am not going to do that. I'm going to let it do its own magic and show you that it really does it without speeding up the process. So you're gonna make sure you take off your airlock lid, get rid of that. And then I'm just gonna put a coffee filter on the top. You could put like a triple layer of cheesecloth. The only thing is you just want to make sure it's small enough, otherwise fruit flies will get in there and disrupt it. You do not want that. So I'm gonna go with a coffee filter. And then I would want to put on my newspaper around the outside to cover this up so it's in a dark container again. And then this I am just going to put in my basement for 4 to 6 months. After about 4 months, I'm going to check it for the potency. If it's too weak, I'll put this back in the basement for another week or two, checking again. Once I get the potency I'm looking for, we can go ahead and finish our process, which we will do in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.
What y'all drinking on?
What you want? What you need? What you having? What will it be?
All we need is Hennessy, then a Sprite, squeezing in a twist of lemon.